Welcome to Conversations in the Clouds, where we are talking to people that shape the culture of London. And I'm very excited. I'm a big passionista of dancing and fun and glitter and extra, and nothing brings that more than Strictly. And I've got a professional here with me right now. It's Julian Caillon. How are you doing?
I'm really good, thanks. Really good.
We're going to talk dancing. We're going to talk the City of London. We're going to talk the things that you love the most and just unpick it all and basically just dissect your little brain and everything that you love about the city. Sound good?
Yeah, I can't wait. Let's go.
Perfect. Well, 2025 has been a year for you. First year on Strictly. Give me top 3 highlights.
Well, obviously, I think my first day has to be one of the highlights because I was so nervous. You know, joining on with Alexis as well, who, you know, we just became the best of friends.
Love that.
And yeah, it was like first day of school and you're like, oh, the other kid's going to like me. And then within, 10 to 20 minutes, all the pros just made us feel so welcome.
Aww.
And then, yeah, we just really felt like we belonged straight away. I think another highlight is probably when Val and I did our Viennese waltz to Never Enough from The Greatest Showman. We'd been through quite a lot in the series and for her to have her moment at the end where she was just, stood there on her own and receiving that standing ovation, I think was really, really special. And I think kind of really made her journey. And then a third one... Oh, probably the couple's choice, definitely. Like getting to experience Bhangra and Gita culture for the first time and getting to dance it. It was a brand new genre, brand new style. And I had the absolute time of my life.
You could tell as well, you were both just having so much fun in the dance.
Yeah, I was just buzzing. It was so much fun.
Love that. And so there's been a lot of firsts. It's not just first year on Strictly. You're in London. Have you had any other iconic firsts being here in the City of London that you might have not had in Australia?
Well, first time I've probably been recognised and asked for pictures out whilst I'm just out and about. But no, I've absolutely loved being in London. It was 10 years to the exact day since I'd been here when I flew in to start Strictly rehearsals.
Speaking of traditions, there's got to be things or little maybe rituals that you have before you go live, before that light goes action, you're on the ballroom, you're doing the dance.
Personally, I spoke about it in the launch show, but I have a pair of lucky pants that I wear for every live performance.
That's a lot of laundry.
Yeah.
You've got to stay on top of that.
Yeah. And they've served me well. And ironically, the only episode I forgot to bring them to was the semi-final.
No way.
So read into that what you will.
All the lucky pants.
It's on the lucky
time.
pants, exactly right.
Would you get multiple pairs of the lucky pants, or does it have that look the same? It has to be just the one.
Pair. It's because the actual pants have the lucky juju.
And I feel like Claudia and Tess add to the fun massively. I know a lot of people have said how lovely they are.
Yeah.
I feel like they add to the chaos as well too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Clauditorium is organised chaos at its best. And I think what's so amazing about Claudia is just, she's such a pro. She will just kind of freestyle it. And I didn't know how long I was meant to talk for. And so they just say, just go. And then Claudia will find a way to kind of wrap it up and move on to the next question. And she does it so seamlessly and in such a kind of funny way that, she's hilarious. And then Tess is just so lovely. I think Tess creates such a really beautiful, positive atmosphere. As soon as you, because she's the first person that you speak to after you finish your dance, immediately she makes you feel warm and makes you feel seen and makes you feel like, you've done a great job, which is lovely and I think very magical.
Yeah, it's a special skill for sure. Do any of the judges make you feel extremely nervous, more so than others?
I mean, obviously, you're always nervous to get your feedback from Craig.
Yeah.
Craig, even though he's always a little bit tough, he always ends his comments with something, usually positive or constructive for you to take on. And he's actually the nicest person outside of the ballroom.
I feel like he's a secret teddy bear. I feel like he really does. Want to give you all a squish at the end of the day.
No, he's lovely. They're all lovely. They're all amazing.
And there's going to be loads of changes in Strictly coming up, like Tess and Claude are leaving, the icons that they are. What do you think is the top 3 things maybe you would like to see from the next host?
Oh, look, I think Tess and Claude have just been amazing. I mean, they've been in the show for so long. It's hard to think of Strictly without them.
Yeah.
Whoever comes along, I think, is going to be brilliant, is going to bring their own flavour. Yeah. Strictly is all about joy, I think, is what I've learned this season. It really does change people's lives and it brings joy, it brings fun. And I think as long as, that continues, then I think everything will be great and it'll be a slightly new version of Strictly. Yeah. But I'm really excited to be a part of it. And I just can't wait to keep having some laughs and
keep dancing.
Yeah, keep dancing. And I wonder what the rebrand of the Clauditorium will look like.
Yeah, that's very true.
I guess maybe part of the brief is they need a name that rhymes with Ian.
Yeah,
something they can attach EM onto.
Something is definitely key. I like that. I love that it's called Clauditorium. And you've seen like movement around within Strictly as well. Like Anton's gone from being a professional to the judge.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think any of the professionals would make a really good host?
Yeah, I mean, quite a few have got some pretty big personalities and are quite fun. I think Gorka would be hilarious. Just with that Spanish accent,
and he's just so quick.
And he's quite rogue as well, so I think he'd be really funny.
And we see all the glitz and the glamour side of Strictly, but what are those little moments behind the scenes that you wish people knew more about?
I think everyone sees, the dance that gets put out on a Saturday, and a lot of people, it's probably easy to just think, oh wow, like they're so good, like that comes so naturally to them. But really, like if you saw what the dance looked like on a Monday or a Tuesday, and then you could see what it turns into on a Saturday, like it's just down to pure just hard work, dedication as a team, but also the celebrities as individuals as well.
And now you've got a moment to really process how epic your 2025 was on Strictly and everything that you and Bal achieved. What would you say is like your biggest win from it?
I'd say my biggest win of the whole journey is just the people that I've met along the way. I think all of the pros are genuinely like at the top of the field in terms of, dancing, but they're also just the most incredible group of people. And also, the behind the scenes, all the creative team, the hair, the makeup, the costumes. I mean, the costumes are insane.
Yeah, they're magic.
Every single person that I've met on the show has just been so lovely. And I really feel like I've got a new family here in London, which is amazing because my actual family is back home, obviously in Australia.
And do you have a favourite dance to do in general?
Like just myself to dance?
Yeah, out of all the styles. There's a lot to choose from. They're all very different.
Yeah, look, I love a paso doble. Yeah. It's probably one of my, favourite, dances with, I love getting the capes out and all that. The Veenies were also probably my favourite, ballroom dance. Yeah, I'm gonna go with those two. My favourite Latin and my favourite ballroom dance. That's actually why Bal chose to dance with me when we did our meet and greet. She said she was like asking me what the steps were, and I was like, honestly, I've got no idea, but as long as we fake it to make it, we'll be fine. And she goes, that's actually why I asked to dance with you. And I was like, I don't know if that's a good thing, but yeah, great.
Like, we'll take it. We'll go with it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. So did the celebs get to pick the professionals?
So not necessarily, but basically we all meet and we all have a dance together. And then, they'll just say, oh, I really got along with this person or I really got along with this person. And then the producers take it into consideration.
Earlier we were talking about how you're a little bit of a nerd, which I love. Same. If you had a superhero power, got to ask it, what would it be?
Oh, superhero power. That's a tough one. Yeah, so there was a TV show called Heroes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, which was really one of my favourite shows.
Yeah.
And there's this character in it who could absorb other people's powers and who then had an unlimited range of powers. So I think that would be pretty cool because then
you can have anything.
Yeah, I could have anything.
Because I feel like it's only fair for us to do Claudia and Tess as well. What do you think, if not a superhero, what superpowers do you think they would have if we were to turn them superhuman on the spot?
I don't even know if this is a power, but I feel like Tess would have the power of just making everyone feel happy by touch. You'd be sad
like
and she would just touch you on the shoulder and then you'd be radiating positivity. And then Claudia'd be like something kind of mystical, like mind control, or because she's got those piercing eyes,
Yeah, I feel like she needs like a magical orb and a cloak.
Oh, you know what? Like telling the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Like making up little spells and things like that.
Like an oracle or something. Yeah,
I love that. And what would you say is the true magic of Strictly? There's loads of magic moments.
Yeah.
And the costumes are magic, the team is magic. But what would you say is the magic that makes Strictly what it is?
I think it's something I heard a lot when I joined Strictly or when I've watched Strictly in the past, but to actually be a part of it, Strictly does genuinely change people's lives, and not just people at home that watch it, but us as well, like as the pros, and then the celebrities as well, the journey that they go on. And I think that's the magic is how it can change people's lives, how it connects us as well.
Yeah.
In a world where people feel so disconnected and with so many things going on, I think having, a little bit of just joy and happiness and human connection just goes such a long way.
I love that. And have you brought any little bits of magic from Oz over here, do you think?
Well, I was hoping to bring the weather, but that hasn't really worked out.
You need to work a bit harder on that one. Work on those superpowers, bring us some sunshine.
Look, I think I really just wanted to bring a bit of Aussie culture. We are very laid back, very easygoing, and that's who I want to that's who I think I am. And I just wanted to bring a bit of that to the show. And I think I brought the Aussie back out of Diane as well.
Yeah, you did. I feel like we need-
Steph and I worked together, yeah.
I love that. Just rally all the Aussies together and bring
that's
all the
it.
fun. Well, you've definitely made an impact in 2025. So let's see what you can bring to 2026.
Thanks.